Hey, hey, beautiful souls. Happy solstice. SOULstice. I've got an audience here, real time. Rex and my son's giggling at me as I come live. Anywho, how's everyone doing? How has the weekend been for you? Intense? Did you feel those friggin' solar flares and the Schumann resonance went right off the charts? So perhaps since Friday, you may have been feeling a little irritable, a little extra tired, a little um, just kind of like disenchanted is the energy, and you may have felt the need to rest. It's funny, as the weekend went on, it's just like I really couldn't shake these feelings of, hey, Gina, welcome, sis. I really couldn't shake these feelings. And I spent some time with Gina yesterday. And I was not that I was like miserable or anything, I was just off. And so, how do we treat ourselves? How do we show up for ourselves when we're feeling off? Well, we continue to show up. We continue to show up. We continue to feed ourselves. We continue to get the rest we need. And what really did it for me, it was probably about 10 o'clock last night. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take this dog for a stroll. And so we went on a really long walk, an hour and a half. I guess we got home just after 11:30 or so. And what I was really enchanted by, where the enchantment came back, was looking at the cool, crisp, bright winter sky. The night sky in the winter is a delight for sore eyes. And so as I'm walking, I'm just like, oh, look at these Venus. And I could see the Pleiades and, the Little and Big Dipper. It was just really, really nice. And so let's get the Palo Santo going. I'm going to share some messages that came through via writing, and then we're going to pull some cards and get on with this. I have 3 work days this week. Hopefully today's the last day I have to drive my squealing car with metal to metal brakes. Well, it will be the last day I drive it, and then my son can be my chauffeur while he's here, because I'm not doing it anymore. I'm tired of it. So, with that being said, I'd like to ask at this time that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind, with the intention of supporting our souls to break free into the experience of the human, HUE, at this time. So, how's everyone? How is everyone? So, we're at the solstice in the Northern Hemisphere. Tonight will be the longest night of the year. And in the Southern Hemisphere, the longest day of the year. And we have the sun now in the sign of Capricorn. And it really feels like this energy of moving forward, moving forward from a space where we are continuing to integrate. We are continuing to do whatever we're being called to do, making moves, making changes. Yes, we're still going to be making changes, folks. But before I start pulling cards, I'm really feeling guided to share some messages that came through Friday night, and then again last night, some more came through. And so I really feel like these are messages for our heart, to warm our heart and perhaps to help us settle more deeply into the heart space, because we may be feeling disenchanted, discouraged. We're approaching the holidays, and what does that look like for all of you? 8 years ago at this time, I was likely receiving, or 7 years ago, it'll be 8 Christmases, but 7. Today is the anniversary of Frank's transition, so I brought him here. This was a little one of the things I had made with some of his ashes. And so he's hanging out with us today. He always is hanging out with us, honestly. So it was 7 years ago, probably right around this time, we were having our Cancerian full moon, the cold night or the long night moon. And that was a really interesting time. So the fact that I'm guided to share it may be so at that time I hadn't done hosted moon circles in quite some time. I don't even think I had done any moon circles in the year of 2018. And while we were away at a hockey tournament in November of that year, I was guided, I received the inner call to resurrect the moon circles, starting with the Cancer full moon on the 21st. And at that time, it was beautiful. Gina was there. There were a lot of sisters, medicine women around the world that came into that circle. It was really beautiful. It was really beautiful. And everybody was gathered there in this circle. And it was almost like God, source, the universe knew what I was going to need. Because on that day of the full moon, at about this time, 12:30 in the afternoon, I received a call. And I received the call that, Frank had been taken to the hospital. And, I never imagined that he wouldn't be alive when I got to the hospital. And he wasn't. And he probably wasn't at the moment I got the call either. And so, it feels like there is an energy of coming together and being supported. And I'm so grateful 7 years on to be settled into a space that is, the love story didn't end when he transitioned. It in fact grew. And that very night after his transition, through that beautiful night sky with all the stars, and it was a full moon, so it was a bit harder to see the stars, but I did see a shooting star fly right through Orion's belt. And it felt like it was Frank somersaulting, which he wouldn't have done. But it was like him somersaulting. And I received the message, I can help you better now from my new station. And so I'm beginning to understand that in the physical. So that's really all I wanted to say about Frank today. I just felt it was important that we take a moment to honor the man, the myth, the legend, that vessel of unconditional love that continues to show up in the world as the vessel of unconditional love, just in a form that has taken some time to adjust to this new connection. And so the first card out here for all of us is the realization card. And what I'm really noticing is this gateway here is like the key. And we are the key. And that came through in some of the messages I'm going to share with you shortly. And this is a number 3 card, the Empress energy, standing on our own 2 feet. And the Empress doesn't work hard. The Empress sees the value in rest. The Empress sees the value in sitting upon her toadstool throne and allowing what is meant for her to come to her experience. The Empress doesn't chase. The Empress doesn't beg. The Empress doesn't drop at anyone's feet asking for anything. And so that is a message for all of us. You may notice I was guided to change some of the jewelry and add this rhodochrosite here today, because the message came through as I was laying in bed last night that this pendant needed to be on my, just around the, below the throat and above the high heart. So I'm a good grasshopper. I follow the guidance I receive. And so at this time, can we um, reestablish, or are we feeling stable in our connection of the Trinity within the experience? The divine feminine, the divine masculine, and the divine child. And then we have the resilience card. Of course, it's a number 21. And the last time I believe we saw this card was back around May or June of this year, when the message came through. First of all, the message had come through that the karma had been cleared, and we were now beginning to feed, if you will, this came through at the time when we were told we were going through the eye of the needle. And it was really important for us to allow our burdens, to lay our burdens down. And I love that it came up today on the 21st of December again, because if we're going into this holiday season, if we're going into the final 10 days of this Gregorian year, still feeling burdened and heavy, perhaps about things that haven't, it was 11/11 there, perhaps about things that haven't materialized for us in this year, it's okay. We're allowed to let things go. We're allowed to say, okay, on with the show. This is it. The Looney Tunes. And we may feel like Looney Tunes in a lunatic asylum down here on earth, and that's okay. That's okay. Because what I'm noticing in this, it looks like a piece of earth. It also looks like the tentacles of an octopi or octopus growing from there. But what I'm really feeling is like, via the pathway of trusting our intuition, this is how we've grown strong. And if we reduce the numbers here, it's 3-3. And so this is the time. This is the time of the resurrection of the light. After the long 12/12 there, after the longest night here, the days are going to start getting brighter. About 20 seconds a day we're going to earn. And by the time we get to the summer solstice, we'll have 4.5 more hours of daylight than we currently have. The sun will set today in my part of the world at about 4:44 p.m. And what happened to daylight savings time? Who's saving daylight, and where is the daylight we've saved? Anyways, I'm just being silly. But what this is also speaking about for some, perhaps some of us here have had, a vision of how things were going to work out and turn out for us by the time we got to the end of this Gregorian year. And perhaps it hasn't happened. So we may be feeling disenchanted. We may be feeling discouraged. And we may be feeling annoyed or irritated. And all I would say here is, if you are feeling disappointed, disenchanted, any of these things, it's really important to practice. It was 1-3-3-3 there. Practice forgiveness, like forgiveness of yourself so that you can forgive others for not perhaps showing up in a way that you needed or you had hoped. This is about us continuing to sow. I just heard sow our wild oats, but we're not really sowing our wild oats. And I do believe horses like oats. Oh my gosh. Okay. The new moon eclipse, expect a powerful change. So perhaps today in this moment, we're not feeling it. We're not feeling optimistic. We're like wondering, where's our ship and when's it coming in? And this is saying, remain hopeful. Remain hopeful. We've just had our new moon 2 days ago, right on the 19th. And so with that being said, I'm going to share with you some messages that came in with the new moon. And here they are. Before the sacred map, there was the holy flame. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Sacred seeds, rest in the security of your peaceful heart. And so again, we may be feeling disappointed. Perhaps we felt like this holiday season would look different for us, and it's looking pretty much the same. Can we remain peaceful? It's really important we do, because your peace is no one else's responsibility. My peace is no one else's responsibility. So remain peaceful. Hearth, warm and bright, delighting in a life beyond fright. Are you feeling frightened today? Are you feeling afraid like your dreams aren't going to come true? Are you feeling Are you feeling fearful that you're not going to get what is meant for you? Remember, folks, what is meant for us will never pass us by. And so perhaps we had felt like something was meant for us, a connection was meant for us, and it hasn't appeared. Maybe it wasn't meant for us. Can we carry on? We must. Divine birthright restored, soul love, pure and eternal is your reward. All that was needed was you wielding love's sword of light in your own life to reclaim what has always been yours. Divine royalty, step in. You have always known a love that eternally lives. You have played in the etheric realm your whole life. You have been a whole magical, mystical being your entire life. Wow. Love eternal has always been within you, even in fright. It was just that for much of your life, the fears lived louder, as if in surround sound. Round and round the fears rolled. Upside down, boy, you turn me inside out and round. Upside down, you're turning me, you're giving love instinctively, round and round. I had to get some music in there today. For quite some time, fear was happy to run the show, yet soul was always calling you home to the source of love that is now home within you, the divine human, HUEMAN. Sacredness in skin. Your scars have beautifully healed and have only served to reveal more beauty. Stars of healing and growth shine as your delightful eyes. Streetwise, heart smart. X marks the most sacred part in your Mother Earth walk. X marks the spot, your heart, the greatest treasure of all. What's your pleasure? And then this work of art came in, and it started with the big X. The big X on the page, and then it started with the hearts in the space between the X's, the lines here. And so at the top here, it's the seed of eternal love that comes in to support the co-creative child of light, because all is within. The healing walk home to divine truth, free to be the sacred geometry that we are. Sacred seed, remembering divine royalty. So the up and down is like, this is the place of the ancestors. Here's the place of the inner child who wants to guide. And it's us, the individual, who is here to walk that red road. home to our heart, right? We come in through the eastern gate, we depart through the western gate. And hopefully within that time of that walk, somewhere in the middle here, we meet up with our very own heart. Down here, soul stars rising, solstice, bright beginning. Sacred child, begin again in service to the love that never ends. Love eternal lives now as you. Breathe deep, it's true. Love's holy flame lives as you. This flame, just a sec. Love's holy flame lives as you. This flame lights within the sacred map you have always been. Love's seed that always wins. You are the key, sacred, holy, divine royalty, rise. And it just ended like that. It just ended. I was like, that's a strange way to end it. Nothing else? 2112 there. Nothing else. I was like, nothing else? Okay. And there was nothing else that came through. And then last night, before the walk, there was some more messages that wanted to come through. So I'll share those and then we will pull some more cards and then we'll get out of here. Souls aligned, rise of the divine. Conscious seeds now live and breathe continually, eternally, love's seed. Awakening awakens day in and day out. And that's it. There's a lot of, nonsense out there like, oh, I'm awakened. Yeah, we awoke this morning. We awakened this morning. And yet there's always more to learn. Like if we feel like we've learned it all, back to the drawing board. And it's in those moments when we feel like we've learned it all, or at those times in our life when we feel like we learned it all, there often comes the proverbial fall again, the fall from grace, because we got too into our head. We were too wise. We were too smart. We were too wise and wonderful for our own good. And so each day we get to awaken. Each day we get to explore and delve more into the depths of the spiritual essence of soul. That's the reward, is the soul growth. Deepening, deeper in emotional healing, healing the emotions more deeply. That's what we've done most of 2025. Hopefully. I mean, if you're here and this isn't your first time here, or maybe even if it is your first time here, you've been doing the work. I can be sure of that. So as I was writing that, then I'm glad I wrote it down because I would have forgot. This platinum light showed up right beside me. I was just sitting over there writing. And as I was writing, this platinum orb came and hovered right by me. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. Thank you. And then they're like, write it down. So I wrote it down. Platinum light, transfiguration, no hesitation, dive in, protective shield, fortified force field of soul love. That's exciting. Overflowing cups, swimming in joy, force field of eternal love, here now to rise above, peaceful dove, in the name of love. In the name of love, you share. Yeah. In the name of love, you share. Sacred, ordained, blessed, fresh start. Trust your heart. Sacred reset, restart, conscious seeds of the heart. Give this life your all. Eternal love is the greatest gift of all. You are worthy of this bliss. We may have fallen through the cracks of our own fears, yet it is exactly here from which our new life unfolds and blossoms, new as the fragrant essence of love's eternal soul. Source present now is the point of love's power, each and every sacred hour, precious moments in time. And then it ended. And then it just ended. That's how it kind of works. So I trust that something there, has felt supportive to your heart. Let's get a Lemurian Star Child Oracle. 1, 2, or 3. We're going to get some conscious spirit affirmations for everyone. And then I'm going to triple threes now. Triple threes. Inner child attunement. Go within, listen, loving parenting. And so for many of us, we have to show up as the parent in our life over and over again. And inner child attunement is going to lead us to divine truth. The child knows. The child within us knows what is true. And what I'm guided to notice here is, look at that beautiful flower on the third eye, and it's 8 points on it. Strength, courage. It takes strength and courage to listen to the inner nudges. And we could look like crazy to the outside world. That's okay. Oh, whoa. The new man. Enlightened, masculine, potential, new earth. This is what we need. We need the new man. We need the man who can rise to support the feminine, because the feminine seeks to serve. And I suspect that the divine masculine seeks the same. Not every man seeks to serve. Many a men seek to dominate and control, and women too. It's not exclusive to men. No. I know some very toxic ladies. I've seen them. Perhaps I've been one at some point in time, and this is the beauty of life. This is the beauty of growing and unfolding. We get to learn, but I like this. And this kind of imagery here, it's not entirely Yeshua, but it does remind me of Yeshua and the Christ consciousness. Enlightened, masculine, potential, new earth. I'm here for it. Ooh la la, as Gina says. Whew. I get hot again thinking of that kind of soul love. With a divine masculine. They're out there. They may call themselves just an ordinary dude. The divine feminine sees the truth. And, perhaps the divine feminine, perhaps you are a feminine who has been holding space, hopeful for a counterpart to enter your experience. 3 + 9 is 12. 9, we're wrapping up the universal 9-year, completing cycles. And I just, we got the inner child attunement with the mother here. And then we have the new man with the child here. So it's like union and partnership, working in harmony with one another. Because we are the shamans, the medicine women and men. My ear, it's like, when you go up in a plane, I just got that feeling in my ear. It was like I could hear my voice inside my head, if that makes sense. Shadow, dissolving in gaze of truth, going beyond fear, initiation. This is so beautiful. Do you trust the messages that you're receiving? Do you take action according to the messages you receive? Do you move forward in the gaze of divine truth from the child that lives within you and has always known divine truth? This is about shadow work. And those of us who are phenomenal light workers, those of us who shine brightly in the world, have traveled and continue to dive into the depths of the shadow. In fact, we play in the shadow, right? Playing in the deep is not playing in the light all the time. We take our light and shine it into the shadow. And there we rediscover the essence of soul and who we've always been, beyond what we've been told we are. So those are lovely cards. Pure white light, DNA healing, sacred geometry, the Arcturians. And then we have the ether and matter, heaven on earth. We'll leave it there. I don't want to. Yeah, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. But they are asking me to. So ether and well, first of all, the Arcturians. Looking up at the sky, Arcturus is in the night sky again. Blue always looks blue, or is that Sirius? I think it's Arcturus too. Pure white light, DNA healing, sacred geometry. We've been speaking about this for a while, a couple of weeks. The DNA, the realignment, the reestablishing of the sacred geometric patterns of our royal DNA, divine royalty, sacred geometry. I'm feeling Archangel Metatron here as well. And then we've got the ether and matter, masculine and feminine, bringing heaven to earth, spiritualizing matter, new life, sparkles, bedding in the light. Ooh, I remember the last time I read that too. And Gina, those new sheets we bought yesterday? I want white ones now. What was I thinking? I want white sheets now too. I don't have any white sheets. 31 there. So anyways, I just had to say that, Gina, because I was all like, no, I'm not going to get white sheets. And now today I'm like, I want white sheets. I want white sheets. I want to go in my bed on white sheets, the purity, and sleep in the purity of soul love. So can we continue to spiritualize our life? Can we continue to see life through the eyes of spirit, the eyes of God, the eyes of source? Can we remain faithful that can we remain faithful that I'm not going to take those. Can we remain faithful that what we seek is also seeking us? Can we expand our vision? Because perhaps we've been so solely focused, we're only seeing one vision and we're not seeing something that might be right beyond that. I see shifting and I hear slip sliding away, slip sliding away. The nearer your destination, the more you slip sliding away. I know a man, or I know a woman, became a wife. This is about shifting, shifting to glide, shifting to ride, shifting our mind, changing our mind. Like, let us not get stuck on things, because I think if we get stuck on things, we may be leading ourselves toward heartache. It's a heartache. No, it's not a heartache. It's not a heartache. Our heart is ached and we're healing, and we will continue to heal. Will our heart ache again? Guaranteed. Hate to be the bearer of good news, but yeah, it's a guarantee. You're a human, boo. We're all humans. So of course it's gonna ache. Oh my gosh. All right. They really want me to stay optimistic, because I was just about, not that I was going to give up on my dream or anything like that, my vision, just like expand the vision perhaps. So, we got faith, and this feels like Phoenix energy, rising, remaining faithful even when we don't see, remaining faithful even when things haven't appeared as we'd like them to appear, remaining faithful. I love this. Like the little mustard seed of faith, we keep growing, and guess what? We manifest the soul's desire. I'm feeling this like, what do they call them? The cabaret dancers. That's what I'm feeling this week. Although it does feel like a cosmic universal butterfly taking off for flight. But I'm also feeling like a cabaret dancer here. They wear all these feathers and stuff like that. Like, really, perhaps we need to go out in this world this week decorating ourselves as we see ourselves. Forget about decorating a Christmas tree. Decorate yourself. Oh, I did put a little Christmas tree up. I brought my Uncle Reg's ceramic tree from like the 1980s out and plugged it in. So we're looking festive around here. We got a Christmas tree and a couple candles on either side. And thanks to Gina, a couple little gift bags under there. Oh, so exciting. Maybe I should put some tinsel on myself to go out in the world this week. Maybe you should. Maybe we should continue to stay true to our heart and trust that everything is unfolding, and divine time doesn't look like the time that we have on clocks and stuff like that, right? And yet, as divine time is unfolding, we too must take action in the direction of what it is we desire and want in our life, because we can't sit around and wait for it to happen. Our time here is finite. Each minute that passes is one less minute we have to co-create, to make memories, to love, to do all that stuff. So we may as well be doing it moment to moment as we continue to heal and trust, having faith that things are shifting, have shifted in our favor. We're going to get one card. I'm going to try for one here, and then 1, 2, or 3. What's it going to be? That card. Divine truth. Archangel Michael walks with you. Call on Archangel Michael. The amethyst wings. Yesterday I was guided to change my profile picture because I kept hearing, and this was from years ago. I kept, at one point in time, right around this time, I kept hearing the message, open your gossamer wings. You're ready for flight. And they guided me to a beautiful picture of, I think it's a moth. It could be like a cosmic butterfly. And excuse me, it's just so beautiful. So I was guided to change that again yesterday. So it does feel like we may be feeling tender because we do have wings. But what's most important is to remain along the spine, right? To remain focused. I'll probably get in trouble for nipples here, but to continue to focus along our spine. One more. Oh, 2 more. The universe. Because we are the trees of life here growing now. We're healing. We're doing our work. We're trusting the inner guidance. We're following the nudges. And we're continuing to do the chores in our daily life, showing up for ourselves. We don't want to get lost in our own thoughts, lost in our own equations. I just feel like the path is lit for us. The golden path is lit. And here is the return of the light, the return of the sun. And we may have twisted and bent and been twisted out of sorts, twisted out of shape. And yet the pathway is clear when we stay in our own heart. Let us not get lost in our thoughts. Our thoughts can quickly have us spiraling to some place that we may have already been, or someplace we don't really want to go. And so I just feel like this is saying to us, it's really important for us to stay in our heart. The universe has a plan for us, and everything is working out in our favor. Not just working out, it's working out in our favor, even if we can't see it now. Can we remain faithful that all the work we have been doing is manifesting to us that which we deeply desire in our experience? So 1, 2, or 3, we're going to get you some affirmations now, and I'm going to blow this popsicle stand, see if my car starts today. I'm hoping for a Christmas miracle, kiddies. I've had one. I've been fortunate enough to have one in my life. Thank you, Frank. He was a Christmas miracle for my son and I back in 2015, 10 years ago, actually. 10 years ago. What a gift. There he is. There he is. There's another piece of him around here too. Oh yeah, it's hanging right there. I see it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2 for all of us. So if you were guided to number 1, I know what the card is, unfortunately, because it was water damaged. We've seen it here quite a bit. Find your bliss. The devil's in the details. Out of your head, kidlets. Children, out of your head into your heart. This is your opportunity for a fresh start. It's up to you to choose. You must make the choices and decisions in your life. Your light is shining bright, and your heart is really the star power. This is where all the healing takes place, through the heart or guided by the heart. And we're moving forward with confidence and grace in full faith. I am following a path I love and am fully aligned to my soul purpose. Keep going, number 1s. You're doing it. Number 2. They're playing with me today. 21. Okay. I feel lighter. Perhaps I need to go live 7 days a week, because yesterday I was in the slumps. Yet it wasn't anything. It was energetic. Remember, we're energetic beings. We're solar flares. The Schumann resonance is going off the charts. We feel this. We may not understand in the moment. And yet, when we get that information, then it's like, oh, that's what that was. Follow your own path. Your path doesn't look like anyone else's. And it's not meant to. Because we each have unique and special gifts to bring to the table, to bring through here, catching our dreams, manifesting our dreams in this lifetime, harnessing our personal power in this lifetime, so that we move through life guided by the essence of soul, which is unconditional love, a love that never dies. Another 3 here, that would be 4 3s on the table. I follow my own unique path with strength and courage. Say it again. I follow my own unique path with strength and courage. Yes. And, oh my gosh, recurring cards we're getting here. This is a number 10, Crystal Ascension, working with the crystals, working with the angelic realms, working with nature. I am attuned to the universal wisdom and energy of the crystal kingdom. Here we have the universe. Here we have the crystal kingdom. Fairies delighting in life. For all of us, they really want me to, I don't know what they want me to do here, but here we have double 6s. The earth element, I gratefully accept the abundance the earth bestows on me. And the earth bestows on us by the choices we make. Remember, cause and effect, choice and consequence. We all know this. And so what comes to us is reward from the work that we've done. And I really love how this fairy's hair is hanging all over the branches, and then her legs are growing right into the roots, deeply rooted. And the wheel of life is like the wheel of fortune. 10 energy here, but it's 6, the lovers, divine masculine and feminine, balancing the polarities within, coming out and creating your own life. We're at the beginning stage of a new season, the winter, the final season of the true year. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? I am guided by the cycles of life and live in complete harmony with them. I am guided by the cycles of life and live in complete harmony. So if you have been feeling disharmonious or not quite in harmony this week, perhaps the message here is take yourself to nature, take yourself to your meditation cushion, take yourself to your yoga mat, and find the harmony within again, so that you can be fully aligned to your path of purpose in this lifetime and greatly accept the abundance Mother Earth and the universe bestow upon us all. With that being said, I am going to answer the call and sign off now, because I have to get myself ready for the job, for work. This is joy, and then I have a job. I suspect that's like most people in life. So I trust that something here has resonated with you. Gina, thank you for all your engagement. Thank you for all your years and years of love and support of me and the young man. And yeah, everyone else, thank you all for your love and support as well. And if you've made it this far in the replay, hit the thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, consider hitting subscribe. We'll be back here tomorrow, somewhere between 12:12 and 12:21, as we connect with the angelic realms and see what wisdom they want to impart to us tomorrow. So with that being said, everyone, happy solstice. May this season see you manifest your wishes and dreams and see them break through into your experience in the form of hugs and expanded love. Until next time, I see you, I feel you, I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for showing up and pouring into my cup. Until next time, everyone, take good care.